Hey everyone, I'm Brian Henk, and I'm going to do another strategic analysis of a tabletop game for you today. The game for today is Kemet. And as you hopefully know if you've seen other videos that I have done, I am going to assume that you know the rules, and I'm not going to give much of a review of it at all. I'm just going to talk about the strategy. So that's what you have in store for you. So this video is going to be a little quicker than most of my previous ones. Not because this game is less complex than most of them that I've done, but just that I'm going to try to condense everything that I've done for my analysis into just a few minutes, and then you can check out my blog, theforbiddenlimb.com, to get a more detailed analysis, where I go through every single power available to you, the pros and cons of it, that kind of thing. So way more detail online. But for now, I'm just going to talk about strategies. One strategy for each of the colors, red, white, and blue, and the one that I have found to be the most effective after playing many times. So first I'm going to go over some general strategies. Going last is really good in this game. It will give you the best chance to hold two temples at the end of the day. Plus, it's going to give you some options for who to attack. Hopefully you'll be able to take out some battle-worn troops out there that have lost some units through previous battles. So it's very good. There is a time when you don't want to go last, and that would be when somebody is positively going to steal a power from you. That is critical to your strategy. So you can get in there before they can. So if you're choosing turn order, normally you want to go last, but you could put yourself just in front of someone who you're pretty sure is going to steal that power from you. So you can grab it before that. But to do that, that better be a very, very important power, and you better be very, very sure that they're going to take it if you don't do that. When attacking, if you're ever left with 3 or fewer units, pull them back, recall them, because otherwise someone is just going to take them out very easily. It's going to be a free battle victory point for them the next time they have an opportunity to attack. So just pull them back. The only exception to that would really be if it's the last thing that's going to happen during that day, and it will help you hold a temple so you can get your two temple victory point. Also, don't creature collect. So I know it's fun, the miniatures for the creatures are really cool, really beautiful, but you don't need more than 2. You should only be using 2 armies at any one time. You can't hold 3 armies out there because they're not going to have enough troops in them. The more players that you have in a game, the more people you have vying for the same amount of power tiles. So it's going to be harder to get all the power tiles that you want. So just put a little more priority on getting the really critical power tiles in your action point sequence. So you'll want to grab them a little quicker than you might otherwise grab them. You only have 2 movements per turn, so use them wisely. Push them to the end of the turn if you possibly can. Of course, if there's someone with like 2 units out there that are just stranded somewhere, and you have the opportunity to take them out, yeah, go for it if that's something you want to do for an easy battle victory point. But normally, the 2 movements should be the last things you do every turn. When placing your praying and movement action points, do so by distributing them between the 3 pyramid levels in your action pyramid as much as you possibly can, because I have been there before where I wanted to buy a blue tile, but the only place I could put an action point is on that top little part of the action pyramid, and I haven't been able to buy my blue tile, and I've had to do something that I didn't want to do. Do not overestimate the value of a temporary victory point early on in the game. It really means nothing. It doesn't mean anything until someone is up to 5 or probably 6 victory points and they're about to win. That's the only time when temporaries really come into play. They just change hands too frequently. So just count people's permanent victory points when you're doing your kind of internal calculations as to who's winning and who is not. So now I'm going to go over the strategy that you should be using if your primary color is going to be red in this game. So this is going to be just all about attacking. You're going after your battle victory points. It's the first tiebreaker in the end of the game, so after total number of victory points. So it's going to be very important to grab that. You're going to be a little short on prayer, so you got to kind of account for that. You have to be very efficient with your actions and your prayer. So don't buy anything that you don't need for this strategy. You're going to be trying to attack with both of your movements every single turn. So that's the basics of the strategy. You'll start off with a level 2 red pyramid and a level 1 white pyramid. On turn 1, you're going to buy the priestess if you possibly can. She'll save you so many prayer over the course of the game. And charge is the other one, so that'll give you the +1 strength when you're attacking. Obviously, critical to this strategy. For turn 2, you're going to go with Crusade to get prayer for the units that you're going to be killing in battle, and you're going to be doing a lot of killing with this strategy. You're also going to go Teleport to help you move around a little cheaper. If you can get Teleport, Crusade, and Priestess, your prayers should be under control. You should be able to get enough prayer to do whatever you need to do in this game. For turn 3, you're going to move that red pyramid up to level 3, and you're going to get the Royal Scarab, because he is the best valued creature in the game. The +2 movement and +2 strength is amazing. Anyone in any troop that he's in, he's going to be actually just walking from temple to temple instead of teleporting. Very powerful, you can kind of come out of nowhere. Really, really, really good creature. So you're going to get him. Very important. You're also going to get Divine Boon, so that you can get some more DI cards throughout the rest of the game, which will be very helpful in your upcoming battles. Turn 4, you're going to get Blades of Neath, and they are about equal to the Royal Scarab in criticality to this strategy. So you'll kind of want to gauge your opponents and decide, do they really like creatures? A lot of people overvalue creatures, so if that's the case in this group of opponents, then maybe grab the Royal Scarab first, but otherwise on turn 3, but then do Blades of Neath on turn 4. Both are super critical to this strategy. On turn 5, you're going to go with Initiative. This will kill 2 units before the battle even begins. Turn 6, you'll grab the Phoenix, or the Giant Scorpion. They're both about equal. If you already have Initiative, Giant Scorpion plus Initiative can be a super awesome combination. And if you can add a couple other damage through battle cards or DI cards, you can just wipe out your entire opponent's troop, even if they have 5 guys, with these 2. So the thing about the Phoenix, though, is that you can jump through their city walls and hopefully steal the pyramid for your last victory point of the game, which can be super powerful. On turn 7, you're just going to grab that red victory point, and hopefully that'll be your 8th victory point to win you the game. You can maybe bring your white pyramid up to level 4 also if you need another victory point that way, or possibly use like the Phoenix to run through a city wall and grab someone else's 4-point victory pyramid to win the game. But basically, that's a very powerful strategy, very fast strategy. If you're facing this type of strategy, the problem is usually in the prayer. You usually don't have enough prayer to do everything that you want to move this quickly. So try to suck them dry as much as you possibly can with prayer by letting them beat you on the battlefield, because you're not really going to be able to compete with these guys usually unless you're playing a very defensive strategy. So let them beat you, but then play a lot of high damage dealing cards so that they lose troops, they have to recall them, and they have to re-recruit them, and it's really going to slow them down. If you're going to use blue as your primary color, your strategy is going to be to hold 2 temples, keep them every single day. You should have 2 temples held, and you should make people not want to attack you. So you can hold those temples, get your 2 temple victory points every day, and then maybe you'll occasionally grab an attacking one if you see a really good opportunity to grab a battle VP. So that is your strategy. To start the game, you're going to have a blue pyramid at level 2 and a white one at level 1. You can also go red at level 1 too. You can go with the blue-red strategy, with red supplementing your blue. But I'm going to talk about the white one. It's my favorite slightly, just because you're going to need a lot of prayer throughout this, so it will help you get that. On turn 1, you're going to get defense, because that is super critical to your strategy. Next, you're going to get Priestess if she's still available, which she probably isn't, so you'll get the Priest. They're really pretty much about the same for the blue strategy, because you're going to be spending a lot of time just kind of hanging out in your temples. You have plenty of time to do praying, so you can definitely go with the Priest too. On turn 2, you're going to get Legion, so now you can have 7 units in your troop. You're also going to get Divine Boon, so you have some DI cards throughout the game to help you turn the tide of a battle that you might not otherwise win. Turn 3 is going to be Ancestral Elephant, which is a pretty decent creature. Good for defense too, and it will help you just kind of get a little bit of boost early in the game, so hopefully you can grab, even early on in the game, 2 temples to get the 2 temple victory point, even on turn 3. And then you're also going to get High Priest, so that you can get some additional prayer at the end of every turn. It will really add up throughout the game to have that High Priest. Turn 4 is going to be Prescience. Super good, one of my favorites. So you're going to get to see your opponent's battle card before you choose yours, so that is so powerful. Turn 5 is going to be the Sphinx. That'll give you a victory point and a pretty good creature. So that'll be a creature you can use alongside your elephant, so now each of your troops can have a creature to have that extra bonus. That's going to be very important as your opponent's troops get more and more powerful. Plus that victory point is going to be critical because you're not going to be getting that many battle victory points. You're going to get temple holding victory points. And so to keep up with your more aggressive opponents, you're going to need that Sphinx victory point along with a future blue victory point. Turn 6 will be Shield of Neath, or if that's not available, you can always go with reinforcements as well at this point. And then turn 8 would be that final blue victory point to hopefully get you your 8th victory point to win the game. The white strategy is going to climb the tech tree really, really fast. In particular, you're going to get the white pyramid up to level 4 super, super quickly. So it's going to key off of Hand of God and the Mummy, and getting those right away, and that's going to be the key to making this strategy work. So for setup, you're going to get a level 2 white pyramid and a level 1 red pyramid. Turn 1, you're going to get Priestess if you possibly can, otherwise Priest as a backup. Then you're also going to get Charge. On turn 2, you're going to get Godspeed, and then you're going to make sure your white pyramid's up to level 3 so you can get Hand of God. Then, at night, you're going to get your white pyramid up to level 4 for free through Hand of God, which is awesome. Then you can get the Mummy on turn 3. On turn 4, you're going to get Priests of Ra. That will make everything 1 prayer cheaper, and you're going to be buying a lot of stuff with this strategy, so that will really pay dividends. You're also going to get Blades of Neath, and using Hand of God to raise your red pyramid up to level 3 for free during the previous turn if possible. Turn 5 is going to be Divine Wound, because a turn 3 Mummy is going to get you so many DI cards throughout the game. You're going to be able to use them now in battle to win a lot of battles. That'll go along with Holy War, so that when you win a battle, you're going to get 4 prayer. And the things that you're going to be buying in this strategy are pretty expensive, so you're going to need a lot of prayer. It'll really help you out. Turn 6 will be Giant Scorpion, or the Phoenix if you really want to. One of these big creatures is going to tremendously help you win some battles. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with all your technology by now. Turn 7 will be Act of God, because by now you will have acquired a whole bunch of really good powers that you can now make use of with an additional action point. You can also take this time to get Initiative. Hopefully you got the Giant Scorpion, and the combination of Giant Scorpion and Initiative will be incredible for you. And turn 8, as usual, is just grabbing a victory point, probably either red or white, but by now with Hand of God you probably have your blue pyramid up to level 3 as well, so wherever it's available, grab a victory point, and hopefully it'll be number 8. You may have 3 pyramids at level 4 for 3 victory points there. This is a really great strategy, probably my favorite. In conclusion, Kemet is such a beautifully designed game. The board layout is very even in that if you're in one city, it's going to be as far away from every other city and every other temple as every other city. So everybody's on a very even playing field to start the game. Then, all of the powers, no matter where you go, red, blue, or white, you can win. Every strategy is very viable. So everybody's also still balanced on an even playing field through powers as well. So also, at the end of the game, the victory points can swing quite a bit on that last turn. So everybody, if you're even close to the person in first, you have a chance at winning the game. And I've seen so many people come from like 4th place up to 1st on that last turn. And so it just keeps everybody in the game throughout. So in so many ways, this game is even and so much fun. I highly recommend playing this game if you have not yet. And that is about it for this strategic analysis. I hope you enjoyed the shorter version. You can definitely get a much more in-depth version of the analysis on my blog at theforbiddenlimb.com. So please check that out too.